For 2 decades, the Wythe-Bland Foundation has been a cornerstone of our community. 20 years of fostering growth, supporting vital initiatives, and enriching the lives of those who call Wythe and Bland Counties home. The achievements of the past 20 years wouldn't have been possible without the incredible work of our community partners, dedicated board of directors, and the entire Wythe and Bland County communities. As we step into the next chapter, we invite you to join us in shaping an even brighter future for Wythe and Bland Counties. Join us as we reflect on the journey, celebrate the impact, and look forward to a future built on the strong foundation of the past.
Wythe-Bland Foundation.
Wythe-Bland Foundation.
Wythe-Bland Foundation, celebrating the past,
Celebrating the past.
Inspiring the future.
Thanks for 20 years and 20 more.
Let's reflect on the journey of the Wythe-Bland Foundation and the incredible impact it's had on Wythe and Bland counties over the past 2 decades. The foundation's story began with a pivotal moment, the Wythe County Community Hospital lease agreement with LifePoint Health Incorporated in 2005. The hospital's board's decision to seek out a capital partner was predicated on the need of an additional capital improvements to an aging hospital building, as well as a rural community's hospital's inability to negotiate third-payer party agreements that would generate sufficient revenue to meet the ever-increasing cost of providing services. This prepaid lease provided approximately $42 million after paying off the outstanding hospital debt of $8 million. This agreement required that essential healthcare services for our community remained in place. Not only have the essential services continued to be provided, but many essential service lines and providers have been added, resulting in additional health care being offered locally. The lease also ensured a significant $15 million investment in hospital improvements, which included fixed-base CT and MRI. The lease agreement also required LifePoint Health Incorporated to pay local and real estate taxes, which generates approximately $370,000 per year back in the form of tax revenue to the local economy. The lease also stipulated that LifePoint Health Incorporated had to adopt the indigent care policy that was in effect at the signing of the lease. This has contributed as much as $15 million in free care to our community annually. To date, the Wythe-Bland Foundation is the owner and leaseholder of Wythe County Community Hospital.
Our relationship with the Wythe-Bland Foundation goes back about 20 years, I guess, since we're celebrating the 20th anniversary. And when that agreement took place, it outlined certain services that would need to remain at the hospital for the entire length of that agreement. So every year we do a report out to the foundation to show how we've even grown services, but most definitely how we've maintained those services still in the community. The foundation has been really good to make sure that we maintain a hospital here in Virginia, in Wytheville, Virginia. To not have a local hospital would be devastating for this community. And the services that we've added, even in the last 4 or 5 years, you know, people are not having to drive like they used to. Any service that we can add back to the community saves our population from having to drive to Roanoke or to Bristol. And so our partnership with the foundation to make sure that those services remains has been very helpful.
Recognizing the growing needs and opportunities with our communities, the Wythe County Community Hospital Board set out to establish a foundation that would foster lasting positive change. The Wythe-Bland Foundation's creation was a deliberate process involving careful consideration to ensure lasting influence. Through the prepaid 35-year leased assets of the hospital, the Wythe-Bland Foundation was established in 2005. Guiding our work is a dedicated board of 13 individuals from within our counties who volunteer their time and expertise because they deeply care about our community's well-being. Their commitment ensures that our grant-making decisions are always made with the best interest of Wythe and Bland at heart.
Having that partnership allows us to communicate constantly about what the community needs. I get feedback from the board members of the foundation who can tell me, you know, things are going great or they're not so great. So I really appreciate that feedback and that partnership that we have.
In the room, and this again, we were all new, was we all agreed to disagree. So we would have good knockdown dragouts inside the board, but when we went to vote on whatever we were voting on, during the 6 years I was on the board, I think we were unanimous every time. We bonded as a team, that we had camaraderie. Again, by having disagreements in the boardroom is always good, but having unanimous votes, awesome.
Since our inception, the foundation has been driven by a clear mission to make intentional and lasting impacts to our community. We channeled the financial resources from the lease agreement into investments and have awarded strategic grants. We're proud to share that we have awarded over $48.4 million to nonprofit organizations to fund initiatives that provide programs in the areas of health, education, and wellness, right here in Wythe and Bland Counties. We have been able to accomplish this while maintaining and growing our corpus. As owner, this ensures that the foundation could operate the hospital if needed in the future. Our success wouldn't be possible without the vital work of our nonprofit partners. They are the boots on the ground, delivering crucial services in health, education, and wellness to the citizens of Wythe and Bland Counties. We are incredibly grateful for those partnerships.
I am honored to be the chairperson of the Wythe-Bland Foundation. Like the majority of those in our communities, I only had a rudimentary understanding of the impact of the foundation when I was asked to become a board member. As I participated on the board, it became obvious that the Wythe-Bland Foundation has been a key element in the development of the Wythe and Bland communities.
To cultivate a truly vibrant community, the Wythe-Bland Foundation centers its funding efforts on 3 pillars: health, education, and wellness.
The structure of the Wythe-Bland Foundation is modeled from its inception to support these critical elements. First, let's look at medical care. The Wythe-Bland Foundation supports the Brock Hughes Clinic, dental offices in Wytheville and Bland, eyeglass support programs, hearing aid support programs, medication payment assistance. Fitness is also key to health, so the Wythe-Bland Foundation has funded a portion of the rec center, parks, walking trails, exercise programs.
I cannot think of a better alignment with the foundation than our mission and what we are achieving at BCOM. And the addition of 1 primary care physician, the National Center for Rural Health estimates that will add another 26 jobs and also $1.4 million in salaries.
So this scholarship allows extra money that can be provided to the student who will return back to Wytheville to fulfill their medical career. And so we want those doctors to return back to our community. And then those doctors in turn start precepting more VCOM students to bring more physicians back to our area.
With the support of the Wythe-Bland Foundation, we've been able to see 516 children in Wythe and Bland Counties through our school-based dental program. We've provided services including exams, x-rays, cleanings, fluoride treatments, and sealants, and even offered teledentistry services to help get kids the care they need when a dental emergency arises. In my first 6 months here, I've seen some really incredible patients, incredible stories. One in particular that comes to mind is a student who needed a root canal and it was on her front tooth. She was really embarrassed and self-conscious about it. And with the support of the Wythe-Bland Foundation, we've been able to expand our procedures here and offer those simple root canals for front teeth. So when the equipment arrived and we were able to, we brought her in, and that was the first root canal that I was able to do here. It's given her a whole new confidence. She remembered me from that first exam and was excited to get the treatment done and was excited to get it done here.
The Wythe-Bland Foundation, based on my records, has provided over $2 million to the county, which about 75% of that has been to the fire departments and rescue squads, which greatly helped with their sustainability. The Wythe-Bland Foundation provided to the fire departments and rescue squads through the county was instrumental in providing equipment, radios, turnout gear, things that were vital to the organizations. For the rescue squads and fire departments, the funding there was immense for them. The expense for a volunteer agency for their equipment cannot be raised through the fundraisers of old, and without the support of the Wythe-Bland Foundation, it would have been very difficult for them to have the adequate turnout gear, equipment, items that they needed.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, and getting the support from the foundation has shown everybody, hey, they're taking a chance on them, and it's been a long-term partnership. It's unbelievable what the foundation has allowed us to do. We received a grant from them, and we were able to purchase and have installed a walk-in freezer cooler. And that allowed us to get rid of the 25 chest freezers that we had set up, and allowed us to obtain and keep more fresh food, frozen food, to give healthy choices all year long. Through our dental clinic, over 7,600 patients have received treatment. We're able to have the dental clinic open 4 days a week instead of 2 weeks a month. This is a direct result of that grant funding.
Over the decades, the funding from the Wythe Bland Foundation allowed our little small clinic to grow and expand in ways we never knew possible. The Wythe Bland Foundation helped us in 2018 get an ultrasound echo machine. And the number is quite astounding. I was absolutely in shock in a great way, because I found that we had served 12,200 people with the diabetic supplies, the x-ray and ultrasound that's been supported by the foundation, which has enabled our sliding fee patients to get images that they would not normally be able to afford. We have 1,334 diabetics, so the diabetic supplies really comes in handy for that. We received an award from the Virginia Community Healthcare Association in 2024 for having the most diabetic patients under control with the lowest A1C numbers from all the FQHCs in the state of Virginia. So that has enhanced our services and benefited our community in a huge way.
Southwest Virginia has fewer funding opportunities than you might find in other areas of Virginia, just due to how rural it is. Having a foundation like the Wythe Bland Foundation fund a program where we can sell groceries, sell healthy groceries, and sell groceries at 50% for anybody using SNAP, that is huge to encourage healthy eating among neighbors who might find that buying produce for themselves is a luxury that they can't afford anymore. The Wythe Bland Foundation is so good about bringing organizations in, teaching them about grant writing, telling them about other foundations, other opportunities that you can take advantage of, that it's just that networking alone has been so advantageous to us.
If the Wythe Bland Foundation had never existed, I'm not sure that this organization would be here. Since 2020, we were able to develop a pilot program with the help of the Wythe Bland Foundation. That's our chronic care management program. We've also received the funding from the Wythe Bland Foundation to make sure that we have high quality medical and pharmaceutical and preventive services. The interior renovations were taken care of by the Wythe Bland Foundation, and then several years ago we were also in need of a roof. That project allowed us to have a very nice entrance that is covered into the building, and we also were able to repave a parking lot that was crumbling, that was definitely a safety hazard. Around 4,200 patients from Wythe-Bland Counties have been able to receive the healthcare services and the pharmaceutical services that they need. For this community, there's been around 62,000 healthcare visits The prescriptions that we fill in-house for uninsured patients is around 160,000 prescriptions. And when you look at the funding from the Wythe Bland Foundation for operations, building projects, interior renovations, exterior renovations, it's over $6 million just for that. We are no longer putting a Band-Aid on the health of these patients. We are making sure that we are improving their health outcomes.
Now, let's look at education. The Wythe-Bland Foundation developed and funds an innovative tuition program for Wytheville Community College. This program has been copied throughout the state and even the country. The Wythe-Bland Foundation supports the Wythe and Bland school systems in ways not available with public funds. This support covers kindergarten programs, STEM programs, music jam programs, learning expansions such as trips for the students, and the Imagination Library.
The Wythe-Bland Foundation has impacted our organization, our college here, by removing financial barriers and making it feasible for people who, in my experience, a lot of folks who otherwise would not have considered higher education. And so I think that's been a big benefit.
We've awarded well over 4,000 scholarships. It's almost a $6 million investment in tuition for our students.
I was a Wythe Bland Community Scholarship recipient, and I currently teach for Wythe County Public Schools in the middle school age range. The impact the Wythe Bland Scholarship had on my education was really significant. It also gave me a way to explore more of my interests so I could be sure what I wanted to do and that I was on that right track.
I think a unique feature of the Wythe Bland Scholarship Program is the volunteer community service that connects our students with other nonprofits in the community and teaches them the importance of what those organizations do and the importance of contributing to your community.
The scholarship program immediately comes to mind. They allow Wythe and Bland County students, seniors, to get a college education that they would not have. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the impact that that is going to have on the community? We have experienced with our own eyes the students coming here, and you can see they leave with a different perspective. They see folks waiting in line for food. They see the dental clinic, and they want to do better for their family. They leave with a better understanding of service and a passion for the community. And we have seen such a change in the students that come here for their volunteer hours.
The impact that the community service component had really can't be overstated. It gave me a way to explore something I was interested in a professional capacity. It was hands-on experience. It was providing some sort of value to the community at large.
The scholarship program, I think it has helped us be consistently ranked as one of the most affordable community colleges in the United States. We are very proud to be one of very few community colleges in the state. Out of 23, we are one of a handful that can say every graduating high school senior can come to Wytheville Community College with free tuition. And the Wythe Bland program also, it will fund students that want to come for 1 year, 2 years, transfer to a 4-year institution, or do our short-term workforce program where you can come for just a few weeks and go out in high-demand fields.
The Wythe Bland Foundation has been a godsend for us. The Wythe Bland Foundation grant funding has transformed this organization in multiple ways. Number one, it's allowed us to continue to educate. And by that, I'm not only talking about being able to provide programs to keep the building accessible, but to have the equipment to use and the technology upgrades to continue to keep things relevant. Last year, we had over 1,300 encounters. And when you have 1,300 encounters, people coming in and out of the door, that is significant. To empower a community to be able to access information about their heritage, to empower a community to come and learn a new skill, to empower a community to be able to help a child who is struggling in school because of the tutoring services that we offer. Empowerment, just empowerment.
If the foundation did not exist, Bland County Public Schools would not be able to offer several learning enhancement programs that we do with our students. Our organization has definitely grown. Our student interest in, say, STEM fields has grown, in our JAMS program. So it's increased their desire to learn.
I would add that these are programs that students look forward to year after year after year. So it's important for us to sustain those programs, and that's how we're able to do it. It's through that funding allows our students to be able to look forward to things year after year.
Well, we started out, we've been 10 years now, I think, with our STEM program, and those students were elementary students who are now high school students. So out of that, we had to develop a high school program, which is our SciTech Academy. So I think that is a way that we have grown and expanded.
There are so many students that we give this opportunity of blessing them with an experience that they wouldn't normally have, going on a big field trip, getting on a charter bus, going to an aquarium out of state, which that's what your funding has done for those students, so they can have that memory and an opportunity that they would never get.
Our school system is small, and so money-wise we're small too, and they can't afford to do all of the things that we would really love for our children to experience, and that really helps us.
The Wythe-Bland Foundation affords us those opportunities to give them educational experiences that goes beyond what we're capable of ourselves.
One of the projects that I'm so proud of that we work with the Wythe-Bland Foundation to accomplish is our educational programs, and over 8,000 students have had a free educational experience thanks to that grant. Anytime they get an educational experience, they're not only coming in to see the arts, but they're coming in to learn as well. So study guides are sent to those teachers. It's really all about the intersection of arts and something else. We brought in the Roanoke Symphony Orchestra to learn about the science of sound. So it was the intersection of arts and science. Children learned about decibel meters and things like that. The Wythe-Bland Foundation is such a great glue in terms of those community partners that we tend to work with those other nonprofits more because we do have networking opportunities where we're getting together with those other nonprofits. And so I think it almost creates like a little bit of a family, the folks who have been impacted by the Wythe-Bland Foundation, to work with them as well.
The funding for Wythe-Bland Foundation has been really instrumental in helping grow our organization from when we started back in 2004. Since our partnership with the Wythe-Bland Foundation back, I think, in 2007, we have grown to now having 5 different programs under our umbrella.
So even though just our Dolly Parton Imagination Library has only been up and running for 2 years, we know that just those students that have received those books for each month can be impacted in that way.
We've grown our program from a very small one project organization to one that serves more than 4,000 students on any given year.
Our board members went to each school, so about 12 different schools, and they were only able to give $200 to each school towards the student programs. Now we have 5 different programs. Just one program alone can give 60 teachers $1,000. So we have $60,000 just in one program we're able to put back into our schools, and we can sustain that over time thanks to the Wythe-Bland Foundation.
The Wythe-Bland Foundation has given us, I think, since we've started our partnership with them, more than $2.5 million that we've been able to invest back into our schools.
The Wythe-Bland Foundation also supports cultural and community involvement. This covers things like the mill wall renovation, the Wythe-Bland Farmers Markets, the Open Door Cafe, Hope Packs, and clothes closets.
When I think about what the mill wall would look like today, if the Wythe-Bland Foundation never existed, it would be a completely different organization. Wythe-Bland Foundation was instrumental in our capital campaign. So number one, we may still be fundraising for this theater if the Wythe-Bland Foundation never existed. And over 15,000 patrons have been impacted by this grant since the mill wall's opening. That's an amazing number for a business that has only been open for 3 years. One of the major projects that the foundation helped fund was our freight elevator. And that's a little known fact through this community that we would not be able to have any of the shows we have here without that freight elevator and the foundation. So the freight elevator is at the back of our theater, and it helps us get up set pieces, band equipment. If we did not have that, a lot of A lot of music groups would not come here. We wouldn't be able to do theater in this space. So we may just be a classic movie theater without that foundation. They've also provided equipment such as our soundboard and lighting board, which is instrumental to the kinds of acts that we see here today. It's also transformed our organization in terms of the funding that we get for marketing and programming acts. So we would not be able to get a lot of the national acts that we get here today if it wasn't for the foundation.
What would our organization look like today without the Wythe-Bland Foundation? We would definitely not have this infrastructure. Our programs wouldn't exist, the management that we have wouldn't exist, which means we wouldn't be able to have SNAP, we wouldn't have our new Growing with Youth program, we wouldn't have all the vendors we have here today. We are able to have this building, we're able to be year-round, which is super unique to this area. A lot of markets aren't open just because of the weather. The funding from the Wythe-Bland Foundation has contributed so much to this community. We have so many stories and testimonials from people about the Wytheville Farmers Market and how the funding has helped them. It has enhanced food security through our SNAP program. It has helped economic development with our vendors here and growing their small businesses. It's also really helped the community come and contribute with volunteers, as they always tell us how wonderful it is to volunteer here and interact with the public.
The funding impacts our reach in a couple of different ways. In a very organic level, when we decide to apply for funding, it's not because we think, oh, we want to get some money, let's do a project. It's because there is a project that we want to see funded. The farmers market is collaborating with other community organizations that are already here to make those programs so much more robust. We have allowed children to set up at that farmers market. That allows a child to learn financial resources, financial independence. That teaches that child money skills, and it teaches that child responsibility. If you're going to come, you have to be consistent and you have to be here. But that also brings a parent and a grandparent, a teacher, and a classmate out to support that child. So in a sense, that one child has times 10-fold the impact of those projects. That's why the projects are vital.
So we've been able to feed our hungry for 7 years, our kids for 10 years, and it's because of the foundation. That's the support that has been there year after year after year, and we can honestly say we are sustainable with our food programs because of that.
The seniors and the shut-ins are having a hard time getting food. And so, the foundation came to us and was like, hey, here's what we're hearing, can you help? And so we worked directly with the foundation and we started Nourishing Neighbors, which is the delivering meals program. So we do about 100 meals per week delivered to seniors in this community. Because of the foundation, because of those programs that exist, now Feeding Southwest Virginia gave us food boxes and said, hey, that's a cool program, also give them these boxes.
We have grown the Hope Packs program, which is feeding our kids. We've gone from 2 schools originally to 15 schools. We went from feeding about 150 kids to feeding 1,000 kids a week. Last year, the Hope Packs program, we sent home 32,000 Hope Packs. You extrapolate that over the 10 years that we have been together, and we have sent home over 330,000 Hope Packs. Now let's extrapolate it out just a little bit more to show you the impact and how important this is. We put 3 or 4 meals in every Hope Pack. That's over 1,120,000 meals that the foundation and Hope Packs has sent home in our community to feed our kids. Over 1 million meals. That's kind of amazing when you think about it. It's pretty impressive.
We have resources like the walking trail and biking trail that our community takes advantage of.
The bike and walking trail is almost 3 miles long and goes around the circumference of the campus. It also goes over around the pond area, and so people that want to come and use it, they have a lot of opportunities.
Rhonda just talked about the walking trail, but and it gets a lot of use, and that obviously is a health benefit, but it's not hard to find the connection between a more educated population and increases or improvements in health.
Directly to Wythe County itself, the biggest impact has been the funds that have been provided for Ager Park, primarily the playground, the improvements to the playground, the items out there, and the joy of the kids' faces at the new Ager Park. You know, that directly was a huge impact to see a new playground that the kids are excited to be involved with and to be at playing.
We've got a playground structure which encourages our young families, of course, to come to the playground and engage in that. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the shade structure that you all provided for us at the park. I spent several beautiful sunny afternoons sitting in that park on the bench looking at the space. After the shade structure was built, I was down there looking at it again, sitting on that same bench, seeing how it cohesively blended into our playground. And one of the children from under that shade structure went, "Hey, thanks for the shade!" That's the moment. That's the moment you know that you've done something that has impacted somebody, even as one person. This is where the impact is. This is where the reach is. The reach goes so much farther than what the project itself actually maybe even have been intended to do.
I am proud to be a small part of this great organization and want to thank all the individuals that have given of themselves to make the Wythe-Bland Foundation successful for the past 20 years. Please challenge the Wythe-Bland Board with new opportunities that increase the richness of Wythe and Bland counties, and share your knowledge of the foundation with others so that our communities can continue to excel.
It truly is a testament to the Wythe-Bland Foundation for changing people's lives in such a positive way. And I just really want to be very grateful, and I'm very thankful for the funding that we have received.
The Wythe-Bland Foundation is vital for the quality of life in this community. The Wythe-Bland Foundation means hope for this community.
It's because the foundation gives us a foundation that we're able to build those programs.
It's absolutely amazing what you can do with investments into the community, and that's what Wythe-Bland Foundation is.
It has heightened our level of service to the community, and that's possible because of the foundation.
The support that you give to the people who live here is just, I mean, it's so huge.
I think a legacy that they can really be proud of is that they have been an exemplar for other foundations.
To me, the Wythe-Bland Foundation's impact is immense.
The impact is immeasurable. It's just been amazing.
The only thing I'd want to say again would be thank you.
As we look to the future, the Wythe-Bland Foundation remains committed to our mission. We continue to own the hospital and its real estate as a non-operating foundation. We focus on supporting our invaluable community nonprofit partners. We are proud of our history, the impact we've made, and the strong partnerships we've forged. Wythe-Bland Foundation, celebrating the past, inspiring the future. Thanks for 20 years.
As we conclude our journey through 2 decades of the Wythe-Bland Foundation, we are incredibly proud of the lives touched, the futures made brighter, and the pathways provided for a healthier tomorrow. With over $48 million awarded in grants, we are proud to see the significant impact our nonprofit partners have made. Their efforts have improved the quality of life, learning environments, and growth opportunities for the citizens of Wythe and Bland counties. Together, we can shape a more vibrant, prosperous future for the place we all call home.